Srilata Organic Farming. Uh, Today, let us see inputs for organic production, which are approved under PGS Participatory Guarantee System. List of approved inputs for organic production under PGS reference ADDA VNFU organic project supported by IFOAM. Input and allowed or restricted. Details and conditions. Animal manure including chicken, duck, pig, cow, buffalo, bat, etc. Restricted usage. The rule is that all animal manures are hot composted or aged until they are dry before they can be used. Fresh ones cannot be used. Chicken and other manure from commercial farms are not allowed. Commercial farms because they use chemicals there, synthetic chemicals. Farmers should collect manure from their animals. On farm inputs are permitted. Animal manure can be used if composted or aged from free range animals from outside their farms. Uh, the dung and all collected from the free free range animals which are grazing outside, from them it can be collected, and once it is mature, compost is ready, that can be used. Wood ash from wood fires restricted. Ash from wood only, not charcoal, can be used as a potassium source. Whenever potassium is required, it can be used. Best used in small amounts regularly as the potassium leaches quickly in wet soils. If stored, it should be kept covered as rain will quickly dissolve the potassium. Best to mix with finished compost to avoid increasing soil pH. Actually, this ash is mostly recommended to increase the soil pH and wherever potassium deficiency is there. But small quantities is to be added regularly, this ash, not a huge quantity at a time. Compost. Inputs for composting making should be gathered on farm. All on farm inputs are permitted, allowed. You can see A. The use of urban waste is not allowed. Inputs can be taken from outside the farm, such as straw, rice husks, green material, animal manure, and coffee skins. Hot compost should have around 10 to 20% of animal manure plus plant material and some straw or similar materials. While hot composting, it should be heated more than 60 degrees centigrade for 8 to 15 days, and when it starts to cool, turn the leaves. The compost is ready when worms appear in the mix. Effective microorganisms, compost activators, including bokashi compost methods are permitted. Biofertilizers. Only products approved is that include natural and biofertilizers. Peat-based biofertilizers are prohibited. Natural biofertilizers are permitted. Transgenic biofertilizers are not permitted. Mineral fertilizers are permitted from approved sources. They must be originally certified or approved by the National Center of Organic Farming (NCOF) or the PGS Participatory Guarantee System approval is required. Mineral rock phosphate can be used but should be finely ground before it is applied to the soil. To be used as supplements only, not as sole source. Sole source should be um, organic matter only. These are supplements only for potassium, uh, this charcoal, or for phosphorus, this rock. All these things should be only supplementary, not the main sources. Dolomite, it is used as a soil amendment and permitted. Lime is also permitted. Rice husks are permitted because rice husks, even though they are not having nutrition value, they can be used as mulch or in composting to help and trap nutrients. Rice straw is permitted. Effective microorganisms are permitted. Micronutrients, restricted use. The micronutrients that include copper, cobalt, sulfate. Sulfate is secondary nutrient. Selenium, boron, manganese, molybdenum, zinc, iodine, iron. Natural mineral sources are preferred. If these are not available, synthetic nutrients can be used when there is a clear sign that these micronutrients are lacking in the plants and soil. Nitrate and chloride are not allowed because nitrates and for nitrates so many sources are available. There is no there is no shortage of the sources for the nitrates. Chloride, because it is antibiotic. Chloride is antibiotic. It will kill the microbes. That's why chloride is also not permitted. Plant material, legumes like green manure, green leaf manure, all these manure, green leaf material collected from outside, like leaves and branches, these are permitted. Actually, these are best applied towards the end of the Kharif season. If water is available before the Kharif season, they can be applied during the summer months. If water is not applied, at the end of the Kharif season, they can be applied. Mushroom compost, there is restricted use for the mushroom compost. The rule is it has not been treated with fungicide to kill the spores. It can be used. Generally, during the composting of mushroom, it is treated with fungicide to kill the spores. Mushroom is also a fungus. That's why fungicide is used to kill the spores. But in organic farming, chemicals are not permitted, so the spores should not be killed. Most of the organic farmers, they tell, and even when I visited, I have seen when they incorporate these mm, crop residues, especially cotton and other crop residues, when they incorporate chili and all, next season the mushrooms will come on those materials, leftover materials, stocks. So there is no problem with that. Mushroom is a fungus. Whenever dead organic matter is available, it grows. We need not worry about that mushrooms coming in the organic fields. That is natural. When it is not decomposed properly, the previous season's crop residue is not decomposed properly, mushrooms will come. One should not be panic with that, but next season, yeah, it should be taken care that before applying to the soil, those are to be composted properly. Molasses permitted. Used in composting green material as a microorganism food. Initially, the microorganisms they grow on the molasses and then they can take care of the composting process. Vermicompost, warm gas, and juice. Everything is permitted. Feeding either plant origin waste or animal manure uh, to the earthworms and making compost is permitted. Animal manure not allowed for crop production, cannot be fed to worms. Whatever animal manure is not permitted for crop production in the organic farming, that should not be given as a food to the earthworms. We should not think by feeding that material to the earthworms the vermicompost is permitted. No. Whatever food is permitted, whatever compost is permitted, that material only to be fed to the earthworms. Used directly to the soil or as a liquid fertilizer. Liquid fertilizer means vermi wash or vermi juice that can be used. Inputs for pest, disease, and weed management. Let us see in the next session. Thank you. Signing off, Sri Lata.